I've been working at a large tech consultancy for nearly 12 years now, and looking back, there's mistakes that I've made, especially in the first year and the first kind of couple of years. So in this video, I'm going to go through the 3 big mistakes that I made when I was first starting off. So number 1 is imposter syndrome. Now, this is not a mistake per se. People have imposter syndrome. But I think I had quite acute imposter syndrome when I first started. So there's a lot of change happening. I was moving away. I currently live in Newcastle, but when I first started with the company, I moved away to London. So moved away from family. First time that I'm kind of living by myself. I had flatmates and things like that, but you know what I mean. So that was a big change in itself. Now working at a corporate, I'd never worked at a corporate, and not one that was so big. It was a global multinational that operated in about 50 countries. So there was that change. I was getting used to the client that I was working for, my team, etc. So it was all quite overwhelming. And the background that I came from essentially it's like a kind of council estate, and growing up I hadn't been really exposed to anything much more than a 1 mile radius of where I lived. So I thought, I was always thinking through my mind, I was thinking, do I really belong here? Do I have the skill set? Are people judging me? I was even thinking like the way I speak. Yeah, I had a bit more of a stronger accent back then. I think it's kind of changed over the years with travel and things like that. And I constantly had this kind of spotlight on me. Are people judging me? So that affected how I kind of behaved, and it created loads of nerves as well that would impact how I'd operate, instead of being kind of my authentic self and enjoying the process or enjoying work, etc. So there isn't really a mistake per se in this, but my advice and guidance is that I guess you could say the mistake here was thinking that the spotlight is always on me and people are judging you. They're not. When you're in a professional work environment, on the whole, it's people are there to support you and work with you. So it might be difficult during the first year or so to get past that, but have belief in yourself. So if I had gone back, I would have told myself that, look, you deserve to be here. You've worked your butt off to get here. You've got the skill set. You deserve this job and the rewards that come with it. You're just as good as anyone else that has gone through that process to get to where you are. So have that belief in yourself and don't think that spotlight is on you. Believe in yourself and your ability. Number 2 is I did not ask for help. So I got into a mindset that everything I did during that job, if I faced a problem, a little task, I try and just figure it out on my own. And I got into a mindset that I didn't want to disturb someone. And I didn't want to disturb others. I'd think that, they're too busy. They're doing some really important stuff. I shouldn't disturb this person to help me. My stuff is kind of lower level. I should just get on with it. I should be smart enough to know how to figure this stuff out. That's the wrong mindset, especially in the early days when you're learning the ropes. People don't expect you to deliver the perfect piece of work. They don't expect you to know everything, and nobody knows everything anyway. Even the most senior people, even vice presidents, they're not going to know certain aspects. They're going to rely on people that are in place who are doing that. They know their stuff. So in the beginning, don't be nervous. Don't have that fear that you're going to annoy someone or you're going to appear stupid. That's another issue altogether. But you're learning the ropes. You're learning what your role is. There's so many things that's happening in terms of change. So my advice for number 2 is don't be afraid to go and ask. Don't be afraid to look a bit silly. Really, it's not looking silly. It's you just learning. So go to your manager, go to your peers, go to the other developers that have got more experience, or that project manager or the PMO, whoever it is. Go ask. That's how you're going to learn. 90% of what I learned through the decade plus that I've worked here is through other people rather than kind of formal training, etc. You learn on the job. So definitely do not hesitate. Go ask people and be confident about it. Don't be nervous. So I'll give you an example. So I was working on configuring this system and I was working hours and hours on it and I couldn't figure it out why it kept breaking. And I thought, oh, I need to just work on it myself. I don't want to disturb others. But I finally whipped up the courage and thought, right, I'm going to go ask that senior developer. And they were just more than happy to sit down with me. They spared like an hour or two to go through and teach me how to do it. And after that, I was flying, it clicked. And I just need to tap into other people's experiences, people that have been there and done it. So don't be scared. That was one of my biggest mistakes that I've made, is not going out and asking for help. So number 3 on the list is not continuing my learning. So this could be in various different ways. So it could be my technical skills, my professional development, soft skills. So there was a period after I had joined the company for a couple of years, I think it was like 5-6 years, where I had to do various bits which were mandatory that the company was doing, but I didn't do any self-learning and my own development and things that I did outside of work, and I really regret that. So over the last couple of years, I went back into the habit of teaching myself different skills. So the best example would be automation skills. So 2 years ago, I got kind of fed up with doing loads of routine admin, and then the kids came along, and I was getting stressed out by how much work and I've got and how little time to do it. And the program work was growing, it was scaling. So what I thought was, right, I need to go out and upskill and find solutions. So that was my mindset was, right, I've got this pain point. Where am I going to go find the solution? So the solution was finding tools that could automate my routine admin work. So there was some upskilling in that, and it has absolutely transformed a lot of my work and how efficiently I do it. So I managed to reduce routine admin work by up to 20 days last year. Over the last 2 years, so probably like 45 days. That's massive. That's like 2.5 months of working days. That wouldn't have happened if I didn't have a growth mindset to go out and teach myself and learn. Now, there was a massive gap of about 5 to 7 years where I didn't really do anything. I wasn't very active in developing my skills. Now, if I had done that, imagine over that 7-year period, how much more further I would have advanced. What if I spent 7 years on developing my communication skills? I would be an absolute pro. I'd probably be doing this a lot better as well. What if I had started my YouTube channel 7 years ago? Or did it over 7 years? How much more further would I have been? Knowledge is really, seriously, is power. And putting that into practice, that's the key differentiator as well. So my advice, never stop learning. And I think it's lifelong learning, and the way things are changing and the pace of change is just accelerating. It's getting faster and faster. So you need to be able to adapt. You need to be able to learn skill set, or develop your soft skills, the way you communicate, the way you speak, present, etc. Always be developing, and you don't have to stress yourself out in terms of going on a training course for 3 months, etc. Do your own independent training, and there's so many different services out there, so much stuff online for free, and there's training providers that are quite cheap, so like Skillshare. There's BBC Maestro is a new one that I've come across, Udemy, Coursera. There's so much stuff out there where you can just teach yourself at your own pace, but don't stop. Don't have like years and years of gaps where you're just not developing. It's gonna really put you in a good position, and think about it long term as well. Do a couple of hours every month even, or 2-3 hours a month. That's better than doing nothing. I hope this video has been helpful, and these hints and tips bring some value to you and helps you to avoid some of the mistakes that I did. Best of luck, and it's all a learning journey. We all learn from our mistakes and we learn from others, as well. So I really encourage you to reach out and get mentors. And they could be from your current workplace, it could be friends and family. Learn from others. They've been there and done that, and hopefully I've done the same here in this video. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.